Make sure we're seeing that. I think we are. Our Discord channel's not popping up this morning, or evening, I should say. All right, so welcome to the chat, the live stream. Got a box right here. Gonna unbox it, and we're gonna go from there. All right, so this is a package I got a couple weeks back from Warlord Games, and we're gonna do our unboxing right now. I apologize for all the delays. Just having a lot of equipment gremlins at this point. So, yeah. All right. Let us open it. Get my handy dandy knife here. And let us see what kind of magic. Gosh darn it. Need to oil my knife. We got here. Boom, boom, boom. All right. So I jumped in on the pre-order for this set here, Epic Battles American Civil War Pre-order Bundle. And I got the special edition 2018 Open Day figure, War Without Hate. I'll have to look at that. All right, let me put this aside. Wowza! So in this bundle, we've got a Union Brigade. This contains a whole bunch of dudes. This set provides enough models to field a complete Union Brigade of 3 infantry regiments of 100 men each, an artillery battery, and a brigade commander. So you get 3 battalions, or regiments, I should say, sorry. 300 figures in this box, of just infantry alone, plus 3 artillery pieces and 3 commanders. Excellent. We'll open those in a minute. Let me move that out of the way. And I also got the Confederate Brigade Set, which comes with, again, another 300 men, 3 more artillery pieces, and some commanders. Boom, boom. Right there. All right. Yes, Rasmus, it looks like quite a bit. Oh, there's something down here. This is the War Without Hate. This I'm not really sure what this is, to be honest with you. Oh, I know what this is. I don't know if you're going to be able to see that. But this is this from World War I? You know, like at Christmas time when they shared, you know, a truce, and had, you know, it's a little diorama, but that's pretty cool. All right, we'll set that aside. That will be a special painting piece. Then we get into this behemoth of a box. Holy moly! Let me toss that off camera. Boom. And I'll turn it around for you. There it is. The Black Powder Epic Battles American Civil War Starter Set. Decide the fate of the nation of the North and South as they collide in mass battle. So this is the box cover. Oh, and it's a signed one too. Yay! You've probably much seen the box, but I'll just show the back anyways. There is the back. Right there. Oh, lots of dudes. All right. So it doesn't look upside down for you all. I'll go ahead and open it this way. So we'll take the box cover off. Whew. So the first thing we get is the Black Powder Epic Battles, American Civil War, Decide the Fate of a Nation's North and South Collide Mass Battle. So this is different scenarios, armies, all that good stuff there. You know what, let me put this aside. We'll look at this closer in a second. I get a second edition black powder. And it's supposed to be signed somewhere. Not sure where they say signed. We'll look at that in a minute as well. And then a whole bunch of sprues, and there's supposed to be terrain in there too. So I'm going to set this off for a second. Don't want to crush the box top. And we'll look at the printed materials first. Uh-oh. Did we lose camera? We lost camera. Hold on a minute. I got to see what's going on here. We lost camera. What happened? Our camera died on us, it looks like. Well, that's all right. Let me just change out a cord. Not a big deal. I think the cord went hanky on us. There we go. Yeah, we had a issue with a power cord. This is what happens when you try and set up a live stream like 10 minutes after you get home from work. Work has been crazy busy. So let's see if I can get this to do its thing without creating a huge issue. There we go. That should be all right. I gotta close. Close. Oh, come on. That's what happens when you use the inexpensive cameras. I am definitely upgrading. See, I gave all the good equipment to Marty and Chris for the studio, the main studio. So it's left me with secondary equipment. There we go. Hopefully we're better now. Okay, we're back. All right, so here it is, the American Civil War. Let me turn my screen around because I can't see. There we go. Make sure we're all looking good. We are. Okay, so here is the American Civil War. This is the epic battles. Full color. So this talks about history, armies, rules. So this is the one specifically designed for, where is it signed? Signed ACW. That's what the box sticker says. I don't know, we'll figure it out. So we're in the eastern states. Really nice colored photos. Rule sets. And go from there. All right. And so we talked about the volunteer regiments. Remember in the beginning, there wasn't a large standing army. So, you know, we had to deal with that as well. So this goes through all of that. And remember, this is 12 millimeter scale, really 15-ish. So they're talking about ranges and modifiers. So here's the rules basically for this. You know, it's all on stands. Weapon maximum range, shotgun pistol 6 inches, smoothbore musket 18, rifle musket 24 inches, smoothbore, etc., etc. You know, because of the ranges. So here shows the Battle of Governor Green River, right? I'm reading this upside down. Sorry, guys. Battle Greenbrier River. So Greenbrier River. So I'm going to build one of these tables. I just don't know which one I'm building yet. Because I want to make a really pretty Civil War table. So let us continue, shall we? So that is it. I do not have a Sharps rifle. I do have a Remington rolling block. I was going to bring it out, but I couldn't get to my gun locker in time to open up this video with, because I was going to open it up with that weapon. So we'll put that off to the side. And then the black powder 2nd edition rulebook right here. I think I have a 1st edition somewhere. I'm sorry, I want to turn it over. So this is basically the general book. It's going to go over all the time periods of black powder, game rules, advanced rules. So this is the rule book. I don't see it signed. Where's it supposed to be signed? Anyway, so really nice pictures. You know, a lot of these I have to believe are probably Perry miniatures in here in some aspects. So this is all their 28 mil stuff. Zulus. Zulu. Love me some Anglo-Zulu War. And I like this period because there's so much color, you know, versus modern stuff where it's all, you know, camo, greens, you know, true warfare stuff. You know, if you want something to break up the monotony of camo, greens, and tans and browns, you go into black powder era and Civil War. Zulu. And you can go, you know, and get yourself some color so you can broaden your palette a little bit. So, again, just the rule book, really nice, fully colored. This is the compact version. This is, I don't know what they call this in the Europe, Britain. Is this an A4, A3, A77? I don't know. But for us here, it's this is what, a 7x5, 7x6-ish compact book. So really nice. They got battles in here and everything like that. So 2nd edition, updated. A5. Thank you, Rasmus. A5. All right. Let us dive into why y'all are here, and that would be the minis. Should we look at the box sets first? Let's do the box sets first. I mean, they're roughly the same of what's in the other box sets. So okay, so I'm opening the Confederate Brigade Set first. And in this set, you get packed for you by Katrina. Thanks, Katrina. Appreciate it. So in here, look at all the flags. Flags, as Lloydie would say. So we have let's see. Sorry, it's hard to read. They're really small. The 1st National Battle Flag, the 2nd National Battle Flag, 3rd Army of the Tennessee Battle Flag, Army of North Virginia, you know, so on and so on. Alabama, Georgia, Virginia, 2nd Virginia, Bonnie Blue Flag is what that says, South Carolina. Some Zoev regiments. Here's something interesting. I did not know the Confederates had Zoevs. I really did not. Louisiana Tigers, South Carolina Zoev Volunteers. So yeah, Louisiana, South Carolina. You got the Virginia State flag, the Kentucky flag. So there you go. Nice sheet of flags. And then in here you get 1, 2, 3 sprues, and then 1, 2, 3 sprues of bases. So obviously I believe these are your artillery bases, these are your infantry bases, and these must be your command cavalry bases there. So Rob, welcome to the live stream, sir. We're unboxing the Warlord Games Epic Battles American Civil War pre-order big old bundle set. So I'm opening the brigade boxes that came with it. This is not even delving into what came in the main box. These are the 2 extra brigades you got. So there's 300 infantry in a brigade box. So this is what they look like. If you can see that, you know what? Let me get a piece of paper. I'll just use this. Stand by. Standing by. See if this will show up better for you. So you get a whole bunch of infantry. And looking at the infantry, they are... This is the same pose as this, as this, as this, as this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 are all the same pose. This is not the same pose. It looks like 3 different poses. It's hard to tell if I flip him back. You know, hold on a minute. Let's look. All right, so let me flip these around. Yeah, these are all, the infantry stands are roughly all the same pose, except this looks like the command stand here. This one here is the command stand. There's a drummer, there's an officer with a sword, some flag bearers, color guard. The detail looks pretty good on him though. So 300. It's a lot of dudes to paint. So these are supposed to be what? They're 12 millimeter. What they call 12 millimeter. Do I have any? I don't think I have any 15 mil guys here on the hobby table right at the moment. I was hoping I had some Flames of War stuff, but I don't have any. I wanted to do a comparison of these. I have some metal American Civil War guys that Commodore Rob gave me. I'd like to see how these compare. These do really nice detail. So there's a whole Confederate brigade. So I'm going to set these aside. We'll open up the Yankee one. Excuse me, Yankees. Sending them over to Gaz to get them painted. Right? He just doesn't know it yet. Let's open these up here. All right, so here we go. So this is the Union set. Here, let me put these guys, because I want to see if the poses are actually different for the Union, for the Confederates. So this is the Union Brigade set, and it should be pretty much, they're in blue. Okay, let's see who packed these, and here's the flags. So we'll put those right there. So here we have the flags. You got the 20th Maine. So interesting thing I found out about the 20th Maine. At the beginning of the war, or in the early parts of the war, why you shut off, I don't know. Hey, Vorpal Blight! I've been doing pre-painting 60 millimeter Vietnam War figures in pewter. Jesus H. There was a ton of guys in the 20th Maine that received the Congressional Medal of Honor as an incentive not to go home. Because as the Confederate armies neared Washington, D.C., the 20th Maine was stationed there, and a lot of them, their enlistment was up or coming due. And President Lincoln, at the time, authorized anybody who stayed and extended their enlistment to protect this capital would receive a Congressional Medal of Honor. Not the reason to get a Congressional Medal of Honor. So years later, there was a committee formed by retired generals from, it was the War Department at the time, and they reviewed it and revoked all those Congressional Medal of Honors. So, rightfully so. So you have the 20th Maine. But if you watch Gettysburg, the movie, which is like 4 hours long, I really enjoy it. It's a good movie. I know some people have some issues with certain things. But for a Hollywood movie, it's pretty good. Anyway, the 20th Maine did a really spectacular job holding the line. And I know the major the brother, the older brother, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, did win the Congressional Medal of Honor. You got the 115th Pennsylvania Volunteers, the 54th Massachusetts Volunteers, 18th Pennsylvania Infantry Regiment, regulars. You got the 5th New York. That's a volunteer unit. You got the U.S. Marine Corps. What? Wait a minute. U.S. Marines? Well, I guess we had to represent, huh? Good for the U.S. Marines, right there. That'll make Jimbo happy. You got the 7th New Jersey Volunteers, 1st Maine, 20th Indiana Infantry, the 20th Ohio. A movie, not a documentary, even try to be a documentary. Right. 20th Maine, is that Chamberlain Little Round Top? It is. Good call, Corporal Bite. U.S. Cavalry, Guidons. 7th Michigan. Is that Custer? I think, oh, no, Custer's Brigade's right there. They even have Custer's Brigade right there. Originally, he was with the Michigan, because he's from Michigan. But I think they gave him, at some point after he did some of his crazy stuff, they gave him his own. So they got Zoev regiments. They show the Iron Brigade. Those were made up of people from the Midwest, mostly Wisconsin and Michigan and Indiana. So you can create this brigade could become, if you wanted to, you can make it the Iron Brigade. So let's take a look at the miniatures. Let's see who packed this one. Morella. Thanks, Morella. All right, taking a look at the sprue. It looks very similar. It's just blue. I really hope that's not the case. But let's take a look. No, they are different. There are differences. There are. What are the differences, you may say? Well, let me, what I do with my piece of paper, of course it fell down. Okay. So here is the Union sprue. There are differences. First, there are some kepis in there. There are some upturned brim hats in there if you want to do the Iron Brigade. So there is subtle differences between the Confederate set and this Union Brigade. Okay, Johnny Reb, Yankees. Okay. Other than that, the artillery pieces themselves look almost identical, as well as the Union officers, mounted officers, and the artillery batteries are essentially the same. There's no variety there. They look identical. So, all right, let me look. Let's see. A movie, not a documentary, or even trying to be a documentary. 20th Maine, is that Chamberlain? Yes. Does the Confederate Army have the Louisiana Tigers? They use mattress covers to make their striped pants. There are the flags in the brigade set that have the Louisiana Tigers that are in there. As a matter of fact, I can show you easily enough. It is right there. Louisiana Tigers. So yes, if you want to model them in their uniforms, you are well on your way, bases. So 300 miniatures here alone. That's a brigade. Union Brigade, a Confederate Brigade. Okay, let me clean up some workspace here so we can look at what else comes in the main box. So I'm thinking that I'm going to take one of these brigades and I'm going to airbrush it. Probably the Union ones. You know, I can airbrush most of the primary colors and then do some detail on them from there. They are so small and they're going to be all in a big line, so you're just going to do some block coloring, some shading, maybe some highlighting, and bada bing, bada boom, you are done. All right. So that's 2 brigades right there. Oops, forgot to put the Confederates stands in. So I'm hoping we see more variety in poses, just to be nice. You know, it'd be nice visually. Okay, so pulling out. These are all the stands. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I think around 23 stands. That's a lot of stands right there. Okay. All right. Purple White says, dang, those sets are complete. I agree. All right. So, moving along to Union. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This alone right here is 1,200 miniatures. That's just the infantry stands. That's not including the artillery battery. So there are 12 sprues containing 100 infantry. They contain 1 officer each, 1 artillery each, and 1 command sprue. So you get 12 command sprues, 12 mounted officers or cavalry, 12 artillery pieces, plus 1,200 infantry. Boom! That's a lot of dudes. That's the Union. Then you have the same 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So there's 1,200 Confederates here. Plus the 2 other brigades you have gives you a total of 1,500 infantry on each side. 1,500. Let's see. Hey, Chris from Walkabout Games is here. That's our social media director for Sitrep Podcast. Hello, Bill. I might have a Union and Confederate Corps and a Cav division for each to paint up. I'm serious. I'm thinking think about it. Union specifically. You prime it, right? And then you're going to take, here, let me get these out of the way because they're a little distracting. But that's a lot of dudes. So you take your guys, you prime them, and you do Union dark blue. You can do the Union lighter blue. You just run a fine spray of airbrush on, to get your block colors. Then you can go in and bing, 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 a little dab on their faces for, flesh tone. If you want to highlight some stuff. Depending on how crazy you want to get with these, you can crank these out pretty good. Let's see. Vorpal Bite, 1,500 per side. That's 3,000 minis. You got it. Now it sounds like it's start a battle. 1,500. This is going to look awesome on the table, guys. I am so excited. I am such a sucker for smaller scale miniatures and big battles. So, I'm very excited. All right, so 3,000 dudes. Plus, I get the Confederate General Robert E. Lee and his bear. So that's that. Let's see if I can take this out. Did I actually seal this one, or is it just... Nope. Okay, come on. Get out. Get out! And these are resin. Here is Mr. General Robert E. Lee. Right there. Let me get my piece of paper here. See if we can get them. Chris, are you printing those from that Kickstarter? Because I haven't even started printing stuff from that yet. There he is. I don't know if you guys can see him, but that's Robert E. Lee. And he's got a flag bearer with him. So you get Robert E. Lee in resin to be your commander. And Robert E. Lee was packed by, I get a kick out of this now, Radica. Thank you, Radica. We appreciate your work. I'm hoping to someday come across one of the people I know at Warlord. This card. All right, let me catch up on some questions or comments here real quick. Now it starts like a battle. Yep, got that. Chris says, I printed Buford's Cavalry Division for Gettysburg. Vorpal Butt says, are you recreating Gettysburg? Rasmus said, did you see the Battle of Towton at Salute a few years ago? I know you were there as well as we did have a drink or two. Drink or 12, that is true. I probably did. I can't say I remember precisely. 20 plus, 20,000 plus on each side. Good God. I backed that guy I know from France. So yeah, I backed a Kickstarter for STL files to print more, and I think he timed it just right with his files, so it coincided with this game. So on this side, we have Union General George E. Meade. George, was his middle initial E? I can't remember. George Meade, right there. Again in resin with his flag bearer. And let's take a look at him. You know, hold on, folks. No, it's very different. Okay, I was going to say, boy, that looks just like, but it isn't. All right, so General Meade is right here. I know it's hard to see, but he's in resin, and nice detail. He'll paint up nice. We'll put him back, and he was packaged by Radica. 2 for 2, Radica. 2 for 2. All right, I'm thinking of doing parts of the battle. I'm still thinking about doing Devil's Den. Meade, was he a weak leader? He wasn't the best, you know. I can't remember when he got replaced, but he wasn't the best. Trade him for George Custer. George Custer was not as great as everybody made him out to be. And that hurts me to say that because I am a big fan of Custer. All right, so along in this kit, there's some other terrain. Now this one I believe is what comes with the box set currently. The barn and some split rail fence and 15 mil. And as you can see, there it is. All the pieces, MDF. Split rail must be underneath. I'm not going to open it up because all the pieces are starting to pop off. I'll show that when we're building it. At least we're not the American Napoleon. S-Key Miniatures, the files I backed. Gotcha. So yeah, there is the barn and split rail fence. That's what that's called, split rail. And then something I didn't realize was in here. Is this what's signed? It is signed! Boom! There was this in there, guys. Walkabout says he's a fan of Grant. Well, Grant, you know, he's the man. He was a no-nonsense, hard-drinking dude. So you get the Glory Hallelujah Black Powder book, and it is signed by David James, the writer of this specific. So, and these look like 28 mil here. I don't know if you can see that, but this book looks like 28 mil. But look at that detail. Honestly, this is like a Perry's Brothers table. If you guys don't know anything about the Perry Brothers, they did, you know, were sculptors for GW at one point, and then went on their own, and they have their own company, you know, Perry Miniatures, and they do a lot of historical stuff. And they have some crazy tables. They have a game room in, I can't remember if it's Michael's house or Alan's house, that they all get together, and it's just insane. So yeah, this looks amazing. This is what excites me. I grew up playing this, not this book per se, but as a kid in the 70s and early 80s, my uncle and my dad cast their own lead figures, and it was Civil War, and we played. I think it was 28 mil, roughly 28 mil, and we played this on our basement floor. Hundreds and hundreds of miniatures. You know, I don't even know what rule set we used, to be honest with you. Couldn't tell you. But oh, that's nice. That's a nice addition, right there. I'm very happy about that. Replying to Rob Temple. Hey, Rob, what's up? Marty Schaefer. You mean playing 28 mil? I used to. All right, let me put those aside. And then digging into it. There's a big bundle here, but we'll wait on. Oh, there's a couple bundles. You get some mini dice, some little teeny white six-sided dice, if you can see those, and flags. More flags. They look like repeats. And there's a packed by Mateo. Thanks, Mateo. So again, we have a repeat sheet of the Confederates. It's exactly what came in the brigade box. So you have the Confederate battle flags, Army of Tennessee, national flags, Louisiana Tigers. That was the Louisiana state flag at one point. Mississippi. Mississippi just changed their flag because it still had the Confederate flag, battle flag on it, and they changed it to something else. My daughter lives in Mississippi. And she went to Mississippi State and Ole Miss, so we kind of keep an eye on that kind of stuff. So Southern stuff. Can't believe the Army of Tennessee. I had relatives that fought in the Civil War. And then the Union flags are exactly the same. So you have your Iron Brigade again, regiments, New York's Zouave regiments here is this one. This is our Iron Brigade here. So like I said, I'll probably take the Union regiment box to the extra one and make that the Iron Brigade. Or that brigade box, make that the Iron Brigade. And then when I get some infantry, definitely going to throw some Custers in there. Army of the Potomac. I don't know, there's so much options. I got to look at what I want to do. It's not like I don't have the guys, right? So 2 more sheets of flags. And then, let's see. I had so much ACW Airfix was into my intro and historicals. Yep. George B. McClellan, thank you. The American, yes, yeah. Airfix, I love them. The only thing can make better completed pre-painted miniatures. Yeah, not so much. All right, so along with that, I get the American Civil War Scenery Pack. This pack is designed to lend your black powder epic battles. I get 2 houses and a Dutch-style barn. Sarissa Precision. Really pouring out. I mean, tell you what, Sarissa's been stepping up their game. I have the Alamo from them. Marty's been working on getting assembled, and I'm going to start adobeing the walls, if you will. So getting it looking up to snuff. So you get 3 more houses here, which is nice, plus that barn and split rail. That's really cool. Again, I won't open it right now. We'll do a scenery night. Marty and I will get together and we'll do some scenery. So we'll do that. And then you get this one, the Gettysburg Scenery Set. So you get the seminary building and the battlefield gatehouse. So you get the gatehouse and the seminary building. Yeah. The cemetery gatehouse was used as the headquarters for 11 Corps, Union Army. Major General Howard had recognized the advantage of offering the high ground of the cemetery and lined his artillery along what became a cemetery hill. Yep, you see that in the movie too. So this allows you to recreate battlefield using the black powder epic. It contains the Schmucker House, originally constructed as a theological seminary building. The site was used by both the Union and Confederate forces as a hospital during the battle. So, shall we open one of these? Let's see. The only thing Walkabout Games. The files you backed has the perfect guys for Iron Brigade. It does. They have the I want to say slouch hats, but they're not slouch hats. The upturned brims. I hate painting. I would pay extra for pre-painted. Well, my friend, everybody has their own thing. I find painting cathartic. It's when you can just zone away out of things, and it's kind of like an escapism when you can just get into the zone and So we're going to open up the scenery pack, the Gettysburg Scenery Pack here. So it's MDF. Oops, something's already fallen out. See, this is what I'm talking about. Ah, smell that MDF burn. All right, so here is the booklet. Shows you how to put everything together. Lots of little pieces. I like how they're highlighting colors now to show you. That's nice. And the layers. So everything is nicely laid out. How to do the rotunda on there. So here we go. So here's the seminary building. Pop out all those little spots. And wow, there's a lot of little detail there. And let me turn this so you guys can see better. I don't know what this piece is for yet, but everything's kind of popping out. Some windows are, wow, that's the rotunda here. I'm assuming this is all the parts for the rotunda. And then you have the seminary building, all those windows. Yeah, smell that. Woo, that's strong. I'm assuming the seminary building, so yeah, it goes somehow. These, so yeah. And see, more pieces are falling out. I always save, I don't know about you guys, but I save these pieces to make rubble and stuff with. Yeah, save your excess MDF pieces. Put more building. And more of the building. Some nice detail. Yeah, look at that. That's really nice. All right. So that is the Gettysburg Scenery Set, which will make a nice addition to everything on here. So, what do I think? Was it worth it? I think all in all I paid, I don't know. Let's see. Does it say? It does not. I think it was like $250, if I'm not mistaken. And I think that included shipping, I think. So for $250, I got 3,000 miniatures. I got 1, 2, 3 different scenery sets, MDF. I got the Gettysburg set. I got the Civil War scenery pack. And then I got the other scenery set, the barn and the split rail fence. So I got quite a bit of scenery already. I got 3 publications. I got the main rulebook for 2nd edition Black Powder rules. I got the Glory Hallelujah Black Powder full-size book for American Civil War add-on to Black Powder rules. Hey, I didn't know this. This was also published by River Horse Games. Everybody quiz. Anybody know what the significance of River Horse Games is? Anyone? 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 Hey, they even show a special thing on in 15 mil. I can't wait to read this. I'm so excited. The significance of River Horse Games is that's Alessio Cavattori's company. So there you go. That's your gaming insider information if you didn't know that. And who is Alessio Cavattori, you may ask? Well, he, along with Rick Priestley, used to work for GW, and they made a lot of rules, and Alessio was the creator, one of the writers, the creators for Lord of the Rings, Fantasy Battles, among other things. Let's see. Vorpal Bite says, Black Powder's not my set of rules. For ACW, I play Johnny Reb. Rob T, Switch Viewing Platform. Hi again. Hey, Rob. You know, I have not played a lot of formalized rules. I have black powder. I have a couple different rules. I think I even have the old GW historical rules somewhere. I like to collect rules books, so I'm always open to trying different rules. But I have to get this painted. I have to. This has got to be. I mean, I don't have to put anything together other than the artillery piece, right? Everything else is already put together. I just got to glue these guys on a stand and paint them, and then build a table. So, do I think it was worth it? Yes, I do. Full color, full size expansion book. I got the compact version of the Black Powder second edition rules. I can't remember. Did I actually buy the real nice? I don't know if I did or not. Anyway, it's nice to have this book in this size. It's a nice carry bag. There's the other expansion there. I got 2 extra brigades. 1 Confederate, 1 Union. Plus, you know, I have 12 sprues each, 3 sprues. So I have 4 more brigades each of Union and Confederate soldiers. Plus generals. Plus, you know, everything here. So it just comes down to time and putting it together and making a really nice table and all that good stuff. Yeah. What do you guys think? I think it's pretty awesome myself. I really do like it a lot. Where do I see them going from here? I know they have Zuevs out now and other things. Vorpal Blight asks, who's going to play with you? Well, old Marty will probably play. I see Marty playing. You know, we might do another battle video. Speaking of which, have you guys checked out the Let's Plays that we just put out, parts 1 and 2 of Ultra Combat Skirmish game, the Ultra Combat Modern Skirmish games? Yeah, we got a few rules wrong here and there, but I think overall it was really well done, and Marty did a really good job on the table. All those buildings were scratch built. He did a really good job on that. And the trees, a lot of them were kind of scratch built as well. So I did the editing, and we did all that stuff. So, and then it was a big group project, and I added some special effects. So Verbal Blight says, I just started attending a new game club on Saturday afternoons. Excellent. I wish we had a gaming club around here. That might get us into playing more, but we're still kind of social distancing and all that goodness, that kind of stuff. I have to drive 3 hours to get there. Hey, if you have fun, it's worth it, right? So, I think you guys would like platoon level Ultra Combat. Definitely gonna have to give it a try, Definitely have to give it a try and see where we go from there. Vorpal White says all stores and clubs are currently closed for COVID. So where do we go from here? I know they have Wave 2 and Wave 3. Wave 2, I think, was the Zoevs, and Wave 3 was Cavalry, mounted and dismounted. So I definitely going to pick those up. I know some people were kind of not happy with the pricing model on some of this stuff. They felt some of the stuff was overpriced. I don't know. It is what it is, It's funny how somebody says, well, a brigade box, I think it was it a brigade box or company box or battalion box? It was a smaller set. It was like $40-something. And they're like, oh, it's so expensive. If it was like 20, I'd be all over it. I bet you these are the same goofballs that go out and spend $40 on a single GW model, right? So, if you get people out there, they're going to pay that kind of money for GW stuff. I don't see why they're complaining about this. Seriously, Yeah. I'm excited. I think, just looking at the pictures, the Union obviously are going to be so easy to paint, theoretically. You got your Union blue and your Union lighter blue here. And go from there. So Vorpal Bites asked, you got everything in one box? Yes, everything you see here came in that one shipping box. So this the main box, let me grab it. The main box, this, contained all of this. These two, and I believe the generals, were add-ons because of the pre-order special, if I'm not mistaken. But yes, all this came in. Not all this terrain comes in the starter box. I think you only get the barn. I don't think you get the other stuff. That was, again, part of the pre-order bundle. But yes, I got all this. All this you see on the table was $250 with shipping. So, yeah. Hopefully we'll see some more things for this Epic Battles. I'm hoping we see some more different. We actually see some firing, troops, because really all you got right now is guys coming online and marching. I'd like to see, if you look at the picture on the box, I'd like to see some guys shooting and loading and kneeling and dying. Or not, nobody wants to see anybody dying, but you know what I mean. We want to see more variety in there. Most definitely. So, to make it a little bit more visually appealing. Like I said, I backed a Kickstarter that you can print up more Civil War guys, and they come in different poses and things. And so I have to start printing that, get my printer going. It hasn't been working. It's worked. I just haven't used it in a while. Let's see. Platoon Tactical the level is at. And Vorpal Byte in one box. Yep. Vorpal Byte says 40K is a child's game. I don't know. I mean, to each their own. Yeah. So, if it makes you happy, it makes you happy. I mean, down there, let me see if I can reach it. If I can reach it. There we go. I have this. It's been sitting there a while. I have a Tau Battle Force. And guess what it has in it? It has 12 Tau Fire Warriors, 12 Kroots. It's got Kroots. Everybody loves their Kroots. I got Kroots. So I picked this up on eBay, I think. So I have yet to put it together. So I've never played Warhammer, but I like the Tau. Let's see. Chris says shrink file to 90% on the files. Okay, and that'll get me to the same scale as these guys. Vorpal Byte 40K makes people dumber. Wow. It will take them down to 13.5. Eventually they become brain dead, homeless derelicts. Gosh, Vorpal Byte's kind of hard. Lloyd's favorite are the Kroots. I know. No. So, where do we see Epic Battles going from here? Personally, the smart move would be Napoleonics. I mean, honestly, I think if once you got this flavor down, it's line infantry, those kind of big mass battles. You would have Napoleonics would be an easy one. What other army boxes? Rorke's Drift would be awesome. I have Rorke's Drift in 28mm. I have the Horns of the Buffalo deluxe set from it's Warlord Games, using foreground stuff. Corporal Custer's Last Stand. Yep, that would be a good one too. Kind of limited though, unless you wanted to expand it out to the Great Plains Wars. Let's see, even English Civil War. That would probably be a good one. I don't know a lot about the English Civil War, but it would be interesting to see. Alamo. We got the Alamo. I have it in two versions. I have the Sarissa Precision 28mm MDF version, and I also have the STL files to print the Alamo, 3D print it. And I'm probably going to print it in 15mm or smaller. So you can do, the Alamo in a big mass battle. So, but yeah, I think I'm going to work on this one because, like I said, I could knock these out pretty quickly and make them look pretty decent to get on the table. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I am not going to paint these to any high standard. They're going to be painted to a decent tabletop standard so we can get them on the table and playing. That's truly what I want to do with this set. You know, um, you could spend hundreds of hours getting in there with fine detail and popping all these little things. I'm not going to be that crazy about it. I just want them to look good to the eye, from arm's length away, and be able to look good on the table, you know. So I have some really nice pieces like this piece here that came with it, this War Without Hate. That one I'm probably going to do, really take my time and paint that up really nice. Because I think that deserves a nice paint job, It's like this piece that I'm particularly proud of. I got this from Bugman's Cafe at Warlord Warhammer World, and I spent a lot of time painting that guy up. A lot of time. I don't know if you can see him real well, but um, yeah. I got his skin tone right where I wanted it. I got his beard exactly, his cloaks, his tankard, his pipe smoke. I don't know again if you can see that, but everything. I just worked at it, little bits here and there, and just let it go. All right, let's see. Very colorful, or the 7 Years' War are also full color armies. I'm a player, not a painter, and there's nothing wrong with that, Vorpal Bite. That's why X-Wing and Armada are so successful. For people who want to play miniatures games that don't want to paint. There's been a couple other pre-paints out there, but it is what it is. And my train making sucks. Nothing. Nobody judges you. It says I wrapped some shoe boxes in grocery sack brown paper and drew windows. So what? Did it work? Were you happy? Did you get to play a game? That's all that matters. Nobody's judging you. You do what you got to do to make it, a good time, and not everybody can be up to crazy standards or has the time or the energy or whatever. You do what makes you happy so you can play a game. Um, you know, this has been always been, like I said, I grew up on Civil War, so to me this is going back to my roots. Between this and this was my first experience with miniatures. Um, you know, you could even just play the AC stuff there unpainted. It is great, but it's true. It says, my game tables pop, eye candy. I got you. I didn't think you were being serious, but some people, it is that way. And so, just being respectful to everybody and their styles. So, again, we're not here to enter any contests here at the Sitrep. Our tables, we try to make them look visually pleasing for video and pictures and stuff. I think Marty really nailed it with this last table. Our next table project is going to be the Savage Frontiers, French and Indian War, Northwest Woods, or excuse me, Northeast Woods. I got a grand idea for that one. So that one's going to be a 4x3 table or 3x2. I haven't decided yet. I have a nice piece of MDF downstairs that I got from a shipment, a big shipping crate that I pulled out, and that's what we're going to use. Vorpal Bite says, I aspire to be a top tier operator. Rock on, man. Rock on. Chris says the buildings turned out pretty sweet. Marty, yep, they sure did. He did an excellent job. Yeah. So I think Napoleonics is probably a smart move. Would I love to see Zulu Wars? Of course I would. I would love to do Isla Wanda in this scale or smaller. I think we could. It'd look really awesome. Marty says, yes, when are we doing the Savage Frontier table? Well, probably soon. I don't have a specific date yet. We got to set up a time because right now we have to concentrate on getting ready for Little Wars. For that. It would actually be kind of cool if we could do the one-day table build at like a convention. But I don't think we'd be ready for Little Wars. But it would be cool. I think we could do it, honestly. Um, I don't know. I think that would be kind of like an Adepticon thing or Historicon. You know, if we got all the parts that we needed together and planned it out right, I would like to do a one-day table build at a convention. Um, yeah, that would be cool. What we have to do one. We got to get one good one-day table build under our belt before we go and try and show off at a convention, so we don't have a total, Charlie Foxtrot happen to us, and then we just look like a bunch of idiots. Vorpal Bite says, I would love to show off my Vietnam table to Little Wars guys. You should. Oh, Little Wars. No. Vorpal Bite, you're thinking the podcast or video series. No, Little Wars is a small convention here outside of Chicago that happens at the end of April this year. That Sitrep's going to be showing. But we're going to be live streaming from. Marty says, but I'm an idiot. Okay, this is true, but why are you an idiot? Did you guys catch Little Wars OK Corral, the Wyatt Earps series that came out this week? I was very disappointed at the end. I won't give it away, but it did not follow history. Did not follow history. Marty, you've been an idiot all your life, but hey, whatever works for you, brother. So, guys, with that, I think I'm going to wrap up the stream. We've been going for a while. Again, I apologize for the technical difficulties in the beginning. I got to get this audio situation squared away better. Not sure what keeps going on with that. To everybody that came out tonight, I really appreciate you taking time. I know, again, it was kind of last minute. But just so you know, every Wednesday night we do something, whether you see an announcement or not, and it's typically between 6 and so p.m. I'm hoping Gaz, when things get settled down with him, he can do some more stuff on his, and we can get some stuff aired out earlier for our UK and European group, so they can participate as well. And then we have podcasts. There'll be a special podcast. Sorry about that. I had a cough button. This weekend because it is Easter, so we're not really expecting a big crowd right away. So and I'm trying to give everybody time with their families for the holiday. Jim and I might do a abbreviated podcast. I'm not a big person for Easter, and he isn't either, is my understanding. So I'm waiting to hear from him. Usually we see Jim tonight, and I haven't seen him. But we'll see. Other than that, guys, thank you very much. Again, have a happy Easter if you celebrate. Also, what else am I thinking? Make sure you check out our Let's Play videos. As of today, we were 2 people away from 500 subscribers on YouTube. 2. Tell your friends. Tell your neighbors. Let's get up there. And we're still like 24 away from Facebook. I'm going to give away some nice prizes, so let's hit those numbers, like and share and subscribe. Thanks, guys. Y'all have a great night and a happy Easter, and we will see you in the next episode. Take care.